Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome to this week's Ask the EO Vets. I'm Dr. Janet Roark, the Essential Oil Vet, coming to you live actually from California today. And I'm here for a business meeting. And I just want to tell you the time change has me a little wonky. And I'm kind of bummed because tomorrow is the total eclipse, which is actually going to be right over my ranch in Texas. And it goes right over us. We have at least 1 minute of uh, totality. And I came out to California, and it's gonna be about a half of an eclipse here. So pretty interesting stuff. I didn't really plan it that way, but that's how it worked out. So we have a few questions for today that you guys have been asking. If you guys can see me and hear me, please let me know. I'm getting a little bit of a lag on my side of the video. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me before we jump into the questions today. And let me know what essential oil you're using today. I am using a lot of gardenia today. Actually, I had some as I'm using it as a perfume instead. So for those of you that have never tried essential oils, you can actually replace a lot of the chemicals in your home and on your body with something natural like essential oils. You can use them as air fresheners and perfumes, and they're pretty amazing stuff. Okay. Oh, yeah, you guys can see and hear me. Okay. Jessica, I see you, and you asked a question. So we'll start with your question, actually. So let me show your question here. She's asking, my 53-pound lab mix is highly anxious. I couldn't fit your whole question on here. But she's tried some different things. She doesn't like to self-select because she's a little nervous, but she does lick the Copaiba off of her hand occasionally if she offers it multiple times. So she's wondering how much Copaiba should I give her and what's the best way to give it to her. So the easiest way to do Copaiba, Jessica, is actually to mix it with something super yummy. It could be a topper on your food. You can mix it with her food if she's not a picky eater. But I like to mix it in with something yummy like chicken and have them eat it in a treat that way. So you can do it in a treat. You can mix it with food and just have her eat it internally. And if she's that anxious, you can do it on a regular basis. My dogs get Copaiba twice a day, no matter what. So it's a really good daily use oil, and it's one that she obviously doesn't mind too much, even though she's a little nervous. And as far as like nail trimming and things like that, you might need something a little bit more serious for that. That is a training issue. So I recommend working with a veterinary behaviorist or someone trained in that kind of anxiety that is a dog trainer that can help you through some of those difficulties and getting her a little more comfortable with nail trimming. This is not something that you just like pin her down and do it necessarily. It's very, very gradual and going very, very slowly to get her comfortable with it, and lots and lots and lots of positive reinforcement in the form of treats. Okay. Let's see. Jenny asked if we can use the doTERRA bar shampoo and conditioner on large dogs. I love the bar shampoo and bar conditioner from doTERRA. It's what I use. My beautiful. Of course, I've been on an airplane all day, so my hair doesn't look that great, but it's my favorite for sure. It is really good to use on dogs and horses. It works really, really well, and you can definitely use that to bathe your animals. And she's wondering, if so, how can I help keep the ticks and fleas away using oils? So it's kind of a different question. If you wanted to mix the oils with the shampoo, you could. So basically, you lather them up, and you can mix some diluted oil in there with it, even though there's oils already in it. So you can definitely do like something like cedarwood or Terra Shield. But as far as fleas and ticks in general, once they're dry, you can use Terra Shield, which is already diluted. Spray a little bit on your hand, rub your hands together, and then pat them all over, making sure you get their belly, their neck, their legs, because that's where the little bugs like to jump up and attach themselves. So that's a really great one. Some other really good oils for fleas and ticks. Ticks in particular, geranium, peppermint, and turmeric have been very effective. Fleas, cedarwood is very effective as well. Rita asks, my 6-pound Yorkie has been getting a rash on his tummy. The vet gave me some antibiotics and it cleared up, but now he's out of antibiotics and it's coming back. So Rita, with such a small dog, I would recommend using the Kids Calmer blend. Right over top of that, you can roll it on your hand or on your finger first, and then put it over that area topically to help with the rash. Internally, you will want to address gut health by giving a probiotic, a digestive enzyme, omegas, a multivitamin like the New Vet Plus, a vitamin. And internally, you can also do something like a drop of On Guard, or you can even dilute out some On Guard and give a drop of that diluted oil. So you could do something like 10 drops of On Guard in a 5 milliliter bottle and top that off with olive oil and just give a drop of that diluted mixture with food twice a day to help from the inside out. You can also do stronger blend on the ears, on the inner ears or ear tips, anywhere she has shorter hair. Yorkies are pretty long haired. All right, next question is from Donna Marie from Nova Scotia. She's asking, what oils could I spray on a 5 to 6 pound dog for ticks? So we kind of covered that already with the TerraShield. With such a small dog, you can dilute the TerraShield 1-to-1. It is already diluted, but some of those dilutions are up to 6%. You can dilute it down to 3% by doing a 1-to-1 dilution. So half and half TerraShield that's already diluted and half fractionated coconut oil. And use a little bit of that all over your dog, just like we talked about. Alrighty. And then Kathy is asking if I have an update on the dog food issue. So we're getting the test results have come back a bit mixed. So it's a complicated issue. And I would say for sure, I would very much discourage you from using some of the brands that I've posted about in the past, Purina being one of them. That seems to be the largest culprit. That being said, I did create a list of really good foods that I do recommend. You can get access to that if you join the EOVET membership. Kathy, I believe you're in there already. I'm not sure if you are or not, but you can join that membership if anybody's interested in that. It's worth it just to get this, honestly, just to get the food guide. Please don't share that. The food guide, it is for members only right now. But let me see if I can find the link. Okay, essentialoilvet.com/members to join that membership. It's only $27. You can join for a month. Towards the end of this month, we're actually going to have a Let's Talk About Parasites webinar. So all you people asking questions about fleas and ticks, everybody's talking about that. One of my good friends actually has a really bad flea outbreak right now. Very traumatic, but it is something that we do have a protocol for in there. She was able to go in there, grab that protocol, and start implementing it right away. Unfortunately, she found the fleas after she had an infestation, so it's a little bit more work. Obviously, prevention is the key when it comes to fleas and ticks. So prevent as much as you can. So, but as far as the update on the food issue, we don't have anything specific. We don't have anything concrete, but we do know Purina seems to be the main culprit, although there are several others that are making dogs sick and dying, and cats as well. And there are many foods that you can give that are super safe. And I just wanted to take this moment to encourage you guys that feeding real foods is okay. It's not only okay, it's really healthy for your dog. I mean, what do you think we did before the internet and before dog food calculators and calorie calculators and spreadsheets and all of that stuff, and before kibble? Because kibble is a relatively new invention, and dogs are definitely not new to being man's best friend and woman's best friend. So the answer to that is we fed a variety of whole foods and they survived and thrived. And somehow we got away from that with the large companies that have taken over the pet food industry and actually own many of the vet practices now because veterinary medicine is getting corporatized. So I don't want to say, you know, I'm really not here to throw anybody under the bus. Um, it's a trend that this industry's been going for a long time, and many veterinarians are do promote feeding whole foods to your animal. I get that it's not as convenient, but it is actually cheaper in the long run. So I'm just going to throw that out there. If you can't do a homemade diet, that's okay. There's lots of other good options out there. I have a list for you with clickable links on where to get your food in the membership if you're wanting to hop over there and grab that. Okay, sorry, I got on a little soapbox there, but Peggy has a question about the eclipse. Is the eclipse tomorrow dangerous for our pets? No. I read that you should keep them indoors and close your drapes from 2 to 4. My dog just had eye surgery, so I'll be careful. So here's the thing, it's going to get dark. And so and the only animal that's kind of dumb enough to look at the sun are humans. So no animal is actually going to be looking directly at the sun like, ooh, it's an eclipse. We're the only ones that are fascinated by that and have special classes to look at that. Animals will not look at the sun. They never do, and it's going to actually be darker than normal. They're not going to look at the sun. However, because it's going to be cooler and darker, some animals, especially birds and things like that, might start bedding down for the night, that sort of thing. And some animals might be confused about the time of day, and that might cause a little bit of anxiousness. So in that regard, making sure, just like if it was fireworks or over the 4th of July or a bad thunderstorm or something like that, make sure that is good to keep your pets inside. Make sure they have the collars on with their identification in case they get scared. Diffuse calming oils. You can give Copaiba soft gels or Serenity soft gels to larger dogs. And you can do balance topically, any of the calming oils topically, properly diluted, and do it that way. But as far as your dog that just had eye surgery, I wouldn't be, there's no reason to take any extra caution any more than you would a normal sunny day. So if he just had eye surgery, you might be doing goggles when he's outside anyways, or staying in the shade, which is totally fine. And you can continue to do that. Stacy is asking if cats can catch COVID from you. This is a really, COVID's been around for a while now. So I actually did a whole series when COVID first came out. And yes, cats can get COVID. It is a very, very mild respiratory disease if they do, and they recover on their own, usually within a couple of days. So you don't have to do anything for them. It's not serious. It's not deadly. It's very mild, and most cats don't even show symptoms if they do get it. So it is possible, but it's very rare, and it's usually really, really sick people, and them showing just a teeny tiny bit of respiratory illness. So nothing to be concerned about at all, except for your normal things that you would do for yourself. So respiratory support oil diffused is the best way to go. Wendy says, what can I use on my dog's tick bite? I pulled a huge one off, and it's a hard spot and it's red. So for that, you can do frankincense, Copaiba, the Kids Calmer blend, or stronger directly on that. You can use the skin rejuvenating spray, which you can grab over at essentialoilvet.com/recipes. And then internally, you can support them by giving a drop of On Guard, or if they're over 40 pounds, an On Guard plus soft gel. All right, guys, let me see if there's any other comments here. So some of you are asking some not compliant questions. Yeah, fleas are good. It's going to be a bad year for fleas, guys. So definitely come to the Let's Talk About Parasites webinar. We're going to get into that. If you're in the membership group, you can grab that flea protocol already. It's a really good one. And we're going to be digging into that quite a bit. Jessica's asking about her anxious dog. How much Copaiba should I give her at a time? So you can do 2 drops up to every 2 hours, honestly, but usually 2 drops twice a day is what I do as like a general maintenance kind of for that anxiety. And same thing. So a lot of you guys are asking questions about kind of more complex cases. Definitely join the membership. We have a Defeat the Yeast webinar that you can watch for yeast. We have a Truth About Cancer in Animals if you have a question about cancer. We have tons and tons of great resources in there, like tons, over 6 years worth of content, you guys. That is basically like an encyclopedia, so you can look up exactly what you're looking for. EssentialOilVet.com/members to join that. Okay, guys, you have an amazing day. Hopefully I answered your questions about the eclipse and calmed your fears. You should not be afraid at all. Remember, our animals feed off of our emotions as well. So stay calm, stay happy, and your animals will stay calm and happy as well. All right, guys, have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.